Move. Curry.
Sit. Wow. Bobo. Bobo. 요. 팔 잘해.
Ballerina cappuccina. Mi 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 mi. È la moglie di Cappuccino Assassino.
What? What? What is it?
Pour about humbled.
Dear my beloved audiences, today I want to tell you a story which is called The Bark at Midnight. In the sleepy village of Thistlewood, nothing ever happened. People left their doors unlocked. Cats napped in bakery windows. And the loudest sound you'd hear after sunset was the creak of old trees swaying in the wind. That is, until the barking started. Every night, precisely at 12 a.m., a dog would bark. Once, twice, 3 times, always from somewhere different, always impossible to trace. The bark echoed through the hills, over the rooftops, across the graveyard. But no one could ever find the dog. The villagers began calling it the midnight bark. One rainy afternoon, a young girl named Eliza arrived in Thistlewood. She had big round glasses, a red umbrella, and a dog named Copper, a copper-colored mutt with one floppy ear and eyes that looked older than the hills. Eliza came to live with her grandmother, who owned a tiny bookstore on Sparrow Street. But what truly fascinated her wasn't books, or rain, or even the smell of scones from the cafe next door. It was the bark. I heard it last night, she told Copper, scratching behind his ear. 3 times exactly, but no one knows why. Copper growled softly, not at her, at the window, at the fog outside. He had heard it too. Eliza began to investigate. She asked the butcher, the baker, even the grumpy man who swept the clock tower steps. Everyone had a theory. It's a ghost dog. It's the spirit of Old Lady Holloway's beagle. It's just whined through the willows. Go home. But Eliza wasn't convinced. She had a notebook, a map, and Coppa's nose. And together, they planned a stakeout. On the 4th night of her investigation, Eliza followed the sound to the town graveyard. It was cold and wet. Coppa's fur bristled. Midnight struck. Bark. Once. Bark. Twice. Bark. 3 times. Then silence. But this time Copper took off. Nose to the ground, tail stiff. Eliza ran after him, stumbling over roots and stones, until he stopped in front of an old grave. She read the name on the headstone, barely visible under moss. Miles Thatcher, 1882 to 1912. Loyal friend. Faithful hound. At the foot of the grave was a muddy, broken collar, and on the collar a tag. Return to 17, Wren Lane. Eliza had never heard of Wren Lane. She asked her grandmother the next morning. Wren Lane? Her grandmother said, blinking, that street's been empty for years. There's only one house there, abandoned after a fire decades ago. No one ever goes there. That night, with Copper by her side, Eliza went anyway. They found the house at the end of the lane, half collapsed, covered in ivy. The door creaked open at her touch. Inside, it smelled of soot and old memories. Books were scattered on the floor, a broken teacup, a child's toy, and on the wall, faded photographs. One showed a man and a big, proud dog with a copper-colored coat and one floppy ear. Eliza's heart skipped. The dog looked exactly like Copper. She dug deeper, through old town records, letters in the library, and whispered stories from the oldest villagers. What she learned was this. In 1912, a man named Miles Thatcher lived at 17, Wren Lane, with his beloved dog, Rufus. One night, a fire broke out. Rufus barked and barked to wake his master, but Miles didn't make it out in time. Ever since, people said Rufus's bark could still be heard, trying to warn, trying to protect. But no one listened. Until now, on the 7th night, Eliza and Copper returned to the grave. She knelt and placed the old collar back on the headstone. I think he was trying to come home, she whispered. And now, he finally has. Copper sat beside her, ears perked, silent. The wind blew. The clock struck 12. And for the first time in weeks, there was no bark, only the quiet rustle of leaves. And peace. The midnight bark never returned. Eliza kept the collar on her desk, next to a photo of Rufus and Miles that she cleaned and framed. Copper, for his part, never chased shadows again. He slept more soundly, wagged more freely. Sometimes, when the fog rolled in just right, Eliza swore she saw a second shadow walking beside him. But she never told anyone, because some mysteries don't need solving. Some are just meant to be remembered. If you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.